Didn't even see this. But we got this Return of the Jedi Quiz Whiz. That's cool. So is all this stuff people brought in, or?
And then at the very bottom, I spotted some X-Men games, and I found this X-Men Next Dimension game. What is up, everybody? It is Austin, and we are back with another episode of my $10 Nintendo Collection series. If you're new to the channel, we started off with a $10 bill. We're going to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, anywhere where we could find items that we could possibly flip and use that flipped profit to purchase Nintendo games and build a huge collection. So recently I've been seeing a lot of news and leaks, videos on the Nintendo Switch 2. Very excited for this, and I just wanted to share you guys my thoughts on that. We got the Switch 2 trailer, and it showed a lot of cool features and the appearance of the Nintendo Switch 2. The Joy-Cons look great still, a little bigger, and it's great that they're magnetic now. It also has that mouse feature as well, which, you know, I'm not super excited about. I don't really see myself using that feature much. But other than that, we really didn't get much in terms of hardware. I'm curious to know what they're gonna do with the screen, if they are gonna make all the systems OLED. That would be great. We also didn't get much news about video games either. One question that I do have for this week is, what games are you guys most excited for Nintendo to make a sequel to or bring back on the Nintendo Switch 2? I remember when I first got the Nintendo Switch and I purchased one game with it, which was Mario Odyssey. This was the perfect game to get first because it was so good. The visuals looked great, the gameplay was super fun. I played it all the way through in handheld mode as well. So I guess the first game I would really be excited for is a new 3D Mario adventure game. When it comes to Nintendo, I'm really just interested in exclusives because I would rather play other third-party titles on the PlayStation 5 or Xbox. Another exclusive franchise that I'm excited for is Pokemon. I always play all the Pokemon games. Currently playing through Scarlet right now, and they changed a lot with the games. I feel like it's more geared towards exploration and adventure versus actual battling. There aren't really that many trainers out there, and when you do find a trainer, they only have one Pokemon. But the issue with Pokemon Scarlet was the performance and visuals, quality. I'm hoping that with the new Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch 2, these performance issues are resolved with the stronger hardware. And then lastly, with the Nintendo Switch 2 being backwards compatible, I'm hoping that we do get, you know, enhancement options for the older Switch games. Now, I'm not asking for separate HD remakes though. I feel like we've been getting so many of those on the Switch already. But the same way that PlayStation and Xbox has been able to, you know, upscale the resolution or even boost the frame rate on a lot of their games, I'm hoping that they can do this with some of the older Nintendo Switch games as well. But yeah, guys, what are some games that you guys are excited to see come to the Nintendo Switch 2? Back to this collection though, last week we had a fun visit at the flea market, picked up some great titles to add to our collection. This week I'm just looking to continue our game hunting and see what kind of crazy items we can find.
Here we are at the game showcase. We got two quick sales. The first one's going to be a Blu-ray DVD actually. It's going to be this double pack, this Replacement Killers and The Truth Consequence. Sold this one for around 14 or 15 bucks and got it for $2 or $3 at a thrift store. The second item we sold is a game, and it's going to be this Rocksmith 2014 on the Xbox One. This one sold for $31, and I believe we got it for around $6 or $7 at a game store. Just sold another item, and it's going to be actually two games. These were bundled together, these GTA 3 and Vice City, both complete in box, and they sold for around $19. Gonna get this packaged and shipped after eBay fees and shipping. This is how much we'll get to add back to our game fund. We're just out here at a Goodwill this week, and I don't really find stuff at this Goodwill. I feel like Goodwills have been a little more difficult finding stuff at, especially video games. But up here we got a row of games, even a PlayStation portable game. It's just MLB though, and it is complete. If I don't find anything, maybe I do consider just picking that up. There's a lot of sports titles here, guys. 2K16, a couple of Wii games, MLB, one PlayStation 4 game. But over here we got some more games, and this is really cool. This Assassin's Creed Revelations. I did not know it included the original Assassin's Creed on Blu-ray disc. I like how they mentioned that. And inside, you guys can see, I mean, it just looks like the regular Assassin's Creed Revelations game, but apparently this is like the signature edition. Might just be a fun one to pick up. And then we also got this Fight Night Round 3 game on the Xbox 360. I'm pretty sure this has no value, but it seems to be complete as well. There's no prices on these. I'm assuming they're like all $3. Other than that, I mean, they got, you know, DVDs and Blu-rays over here. I didn't really see anything worth picking up, really. It's Walking Dead, a complete second season. I used to really be into The Walking Dead, but the series just kept going on forever. I last ended off with this show when they went to war with Negan. I think that was like, what, the 6th season? I don't even know how many seasons they made, but I think this did conclude though. We're checking out the shoe section, and I got a couple of shoes that I might be interested in. These are actually women's shoe sizes, and found some Brooks. Brooks usually do well. I feel like I've been doing pretty well selling shoes this past month. We got these black ones. These are listed at $13, so not the lowest, and they're a bit dirty. But these, on the other hand, are priced at $6.99, and it's a pretty cool colorway. This one is a little less risky if I were to pick them up, but the traction really isn't all that great either. I'm seeing these listed on eBay for around 40 to 50, so I could take a chance on these. I mean, the outside looks really clean. If I do pick them up, I'll probably put them on eBay for around like 30 to 35 bucks and see if I can just get these to quickly move. But yeah, we'll hang on to this for now and see what else we can find here. Whoa, I'm good. How about you? This week we're checking out SuperThrift. Currently in the toy section, just kind of browsing around. I found this cool little Spawn toy, I guess that's what it's called. Not sure what this is or where it's from. But I did spot some games up front, so I'll show you guys in a bit. Just gonna see if I could spot anything over here with you guys. They also do have a sale on shoes today. It's a Wednesday, so they're all 99 cents. So that's why I typically come to the store on Wednesdays if I can find anything decent. But from the looks of this, not seeing too much. They also got these giant New Balance 574s. Holy cow, look how big these are. They don't even have a size tag on it. That's how big they are. But what in the world? Look at my shoe compared to that. Dang. Didn't even see this. But we got this Return of the Jedi Quiz Whiz Star Wars trilogy. What is this? Some kind of Tiger Electronic. Huh. I think I'm gonna pick this up. It just looks really cool, and for $2.99. Wow, it's got manuals and everything. Gonna have a look at some of these, I guess.
Which row? Let's whip them out.
This Lord of the Rings game on the top. I guess I'll just got some specific ones.
Okay. Lord of the Rings.
Cool. Yeah.
That's what we say in Alabama.
Okay. You guys often get games, or? And then can I get this Star Wars one? Yeah.
Can't
And
go
I
wrong with
guess
Star Wars.
this, that one as well. Yeah.
Love Star Wars. I was raised on Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Second route.
And then there's like a Batman and Lego Batman and Pier game on the Xbox 360. And then I guess got a good assortment of games here. PS3, Xbox, Wii. I'm debating on this one. I don't think this holds too much value, but this is a really cool one. Yeah. I'll pass on this
Okay.
one, actually. And I'll just go with these. Yeah.
Okay. You're getting closer to getting it.
Here we are at the game showcase. We made 2 sales. The first one is going to be an item that sold pretty quick. This Action Replay Max for the PlayStation 2. Just picked this one up. It sold within the day of me listing it, and it sold for $28.50. We got this for around $7 at a game store. And then the second item we sold is going to be down here, actually. This GTA episodes from Liberty City, missing a manual. So ended up selling this one for $16.50. We made 2 more sales. And the first item is going to be down here. This pair of Jordans. We've had these for such a long time. And they finally sold for $34.50. I had like over 20 watchers on this and no one wanted to purchase these, but they finally did sell. The second item we sold is right here. I believe it's this one, this Guitar Hero World Tour, brand new and sealed. We sold this one for $27.50 and picked it up for around $6 at a game store. Gonna get these 2 packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to our game fund. So is all this stuff people brought in, or cool? Oh.
Bottom shelf, we sold that. A lot of times, if we put it out here within a week, it's gone.
Oh wow.
Even Nintendo ones and
Okay, so I might be interested in a couple of these. So maybe this Dissidia Final Fantasy one on the PS4. So this one right here. And then maybe the Star Wars Skywalker. Yeah. And I guess that empty one too, just to see what's in there. The one with, yeah.
World War II.
Okay.
All right, so we had to stop this visit a little short, I guess. One of the employees saw that I was recording and told me to stop, which is strange because, you know, I've recorded in these places, these PayMore stores, plenty of times, and this store specifically. And this just rarely happens to me when I'm out game hunting. But whenever it does happen, I usually just be respectful and turn off the camera. I don't try to make a big scene out of it. I think some people just don't want to be put on camera, so that's totally fine. We did pick up 4 games for $25. Quickly just go over this with you guys. We got this Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga on the PlayStation 4. This Final Fantasy Dissidia, brand new and sealed. Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition on the Xbox 360. This one holds a little bit of value. And then lastly, just this Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. So I was able to get a good amount of footage in there, but had to respectfully stop recording. So we'll go ahead and deduct the purchase amount from the game funds right now. For our last visit, we're checking out one of the more popular game stores in my area called Record Heads in the N64 section first, and they actually had a decent selection of games, and they usually price games a little cheaper than what they usually go on in the market. So that Snowboard Kids, and then also this Jet Force Gemini for 13 bucks. A couple of other games over here as well. I did spend a little bit of time looking at these cartridge games down here as well, in the Super Nintendo. One game that really caught my eye was this Ultraman game over here for 11 bucks. Always wanted to pick this game up, never really owned it in my collection. Just looking for some lower end games though, as usual. Checking out the NES section next, and they had a good selection of games. I'm gonna take some time to show you guys some games that I'm always on the lookout for. So in the Xbox section, I'm always looking out for these Forza Horizon games. They're exclusive to Xbox and usually hold a good amount of value. And then of course this Fallout New Vegas. The Fallout games have gone up in value a ton as well. In the PlayStation section next, and unfortunately I didn't find too much in these other platform sections, but I'm always on the lookout for these Rock Band games. They had this one for $32, which is an absolute steal. Again, this game still values for around $50 to $60. Just not enough margin in there for me to pick up though. Next, we're checking out the GameCube section, and they just had a small selection, but some interesting titles, I'd say. The first game that caught my eye was this Nicktoons Unite, one of my childhood favorites, and they had it for around 17 bucks. I actually don't see this game too often, so it was definitely worth a pick up. And then at the very bottom, I spotted some X-Men games, and I found this X-Men Next Dimension game, which I rarely see. Looked really interesting, cool art style, and was priced actually pretty well. Was one that I definitely considered. There was one game in the PlayStation 5 section that I saw for pretty cheap, this Wild Heart game for 13 bucks. I think I might just pick this up for my personal collection and not include in the $10 game collection though.
So I was interested in the Jet Force Gemini.
Okay.
Would you guys possibly do 25 for both of these?
I would talk to Chase, who does the video game stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask if you guys would do 25 for both of these.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
We are now back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. Let's take some time to go over all our pickups. Starting off at a Goodwill, we picked up 3 items. Got this pair of Brooks. We've been selling shoes pretty well the past month, I'd say. Got these for around 7 bucks and hoping to make a little bit of profit off of this one. And then we came away with 2 games. It's awesome that we can still find video games at a Goodwill. We got Assassin's Creed Revelations. I believe this was like the 3rd one in the series. I played through all of the Ezio trilogy and really enjoyed these games and the storylines, the world design, the stories, the animated scenes were all great. Combat was super fun as well. And I guess it also does include the first Assassin's Creed, which I had actually never played before. I don't think this is included on the Xbox 360 version, so it would have been nice to own a PlayStation 3 back in the days. And then we also picked up this Fight Night game. Not the biggest fan of boxing games. This one actually is complete though, so just decided to grab it. Next, we went to SuperThrift and picked up a good amount of games. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is this Tiger Electronic Quiz Whiz game, Star Wars edition. Really interesting little piece of tech right here. So it's pretty much just a quiz game as you guys would expect, but you got all these booklets for each of the original trilogy movies. And in each of these booklets, you got a lot of multiple choice questions like this, as you can see. What's cool is it actually does have pictures from the movie in there as well. But it's just tons and tons of questions in here. And what you pretty much have to do is enter the question number on here and then press the answer that you think is correct. So this is pretty much a single player type of experience, which is really cool. There are probably like thousands of questions in these booklets. So just a ton of fun in here. We actually picked up a good handful of games at this place as well. We got Star Wars The Clone Wars and Tetris Worlds double pack. This is like my favorite Xbox original game, and this was such in good condition. It's got both the manuals and everything. This was the first game that I actually got on my original Xbox. And the Star Wars game was so fun because there was so many modes, multiplayer, it was a single player story. And then on the back you got Tetris Worlds. This is actually where I learned how to play Tetris. A lot of fun, especially with multiplayer. We got this Xbox 360 double pack as well, this Lego Batman and Pier game. I haven't played any of these games, but I just thought it was really cool. These games were in really good condition, and contained the manuals as well. We did manage to find one Nintendo Wii game there, this Wreck-It Ralph. I'm actually a pretty big fan of these Disney games on the Wii. I feel like they don't make as many games for the Disney animated movies nowadays. But this is more of a 2D platformer style game. You get to go through all the worlds that were in the movie. Next, we got Lord of the Rings Return of the Kings on the original Xbox. Probably the most popular one. And every time I see these games, I always pick them up. This one was in such clean condition as well. And then lastly, I did find this Batman Arkham Origins for the Xbox 360 over there as well. Does include both of the discs, which is great. Didn't really play through this game all the way. It was pretty buggy playing backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Next, we made a stop at a PayMore store and picked up 4 games for $25. Wasn't the greatest deal, but we got some pretty cool PlayStation 4 games. We got Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I actually played this on the Xbox One, but never completed it. They changed so much and added so much to these Lego games. It's pretty much an open world Star Wars game now. A lot of side quests. The third-person shooter mechanics are awesome as well. And then we also got Final Fantasy Dissidia NT on the PlayStation 4. I guess this is based off of the Dissidia game from the PSP. And it's a 3v3 fighting game with all of your favorite Final Fantasy characters. This is really cool because, you know, after playing a lot of the Final Fantasy games recently, I do recognize and know a lot of the characters in this game. And it's actually sealed. So we'll probably just be keeping this and adding to my personal collection. We also got 2 Xbox 360 games. We got Fallout Game of the Year Edition. This one I actually did own growing up. So many hours of fun, open world content. The DLCs are amazing as well. And then we also got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. This one apparently holds a little bit of value as well. It's pretty much just the first Halo game, but I guess remastered with new graphic textures and everything. What's awesome is that you can switch between the old graphics and the new one. And for our last stop, we've made a visit to Record Heads and actually picked up 3 games. I picked up a PlayStation 5 game called Wild Heart for like $12 too, but not going to include that in this series. We got one N64 game, this Jet Force Gemini. We got this game for $13 and it was developed by Rareware, which does have a lot of those game elements in here as well when it comes to the textures and the art style of the game, and also the world design. This is a third-person shooter. I guess the one downfall with this game was just the controls, especially playing on the N64 controllers. And then lastly, you got Nicktoons Unite on the GameCube. I played this one a ton growing up with my siblings. This is 4-player couch co-op. Just a 3D beat 'em up story game. You got your favorite Nickelodeon characters, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Timmy, and SpongeBob. And you pretty much just go through their worlds in this story. Each character has their own weapon and abilities. Yeah, it was just really fun playing this as a kid and really excited to add this one to the collection as well. But yeah, guys, another fun week of game hunting down. Gonna get this all added to the collection right now. We got some really nice Nintendo titles as well. That's pretty much all I got though. Thank you guys all for tuning in again, and I'll see you all in the next one.